Hello and welcome back to another Talking Tale video. In today's one, we're going to be looking at the brand new TMNT and He-Man The Tales of Grayskull issue number 1. So yes, this is another crossover that no one wanted and yet it's still happening, and this time is with He-Man. And this one is a very weird one compared to all the other crossovers, just because this crossover is more or less a sequel to the comics that came with the toys, which is so bizarre, considering that they're probably not going to re-release the comics that came with the toys, and it's just so weird. So, yeah, it's very interesting and unique, so I'll give them that. But, yeah, okay, so, yeah, let's get on with this one. Okay, so on the first page, you do get to see Splinter and April. They're in the lair, just talking to each other about, basically, because, like, they're trying to get Ray set up for a call she can do with Turtles. And Mark Splinter's had a little trim with his moustache and thinking that he's hoping that the boys won't recognise him and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of like nice colour moments and stuff like that between the two characters. And also April's in her 87 look, and also I believe that this version of Tales are supposed to be inspired by the 87 one, but yeah, either way that's pretty cool. So then we do cut over to the next page, which is where things start to get really weird in terms of how they're trying to present the crossover, because we're going to get to see the Turtles. They're there in Eternia in their He-Man outfits, which, yeah, I mean, I must admit, they do look really great, and the toys were really great. I never picked them up, but they did look cool, and seeing them in this art style, and the colours and everything, it's just perfect. It works so well, which I'm surprised it does, because it's a He-Man and TMNT crossover. So, yeah, and there's nothing really too important on this page, just all like, well, you know, we're calling and all that kind of stuff. There's not really too much to this bit here, but it looks really great with all the colours. So that's when we do cut over to the next page, where we do get to see them, like, the Turtles are squabbling over, like, who should be telling the story, because they want to tell the story, but Mikey is better, and yeah, he starts off really good. So, yeah, there's not really too much to this page, other than just, like, setting up the story aspect of it. But I do get to see at the bottom, Mikey does go on to, like actually start to talk about the story itself, and about how they got in there. And, yeah, so this is when we go to the next page, which is just, like, a whole, like, plot dump. And this is where I was saying that they were explaining the story from the comics, or the toys comics. So, yeah, I mean, I must admit, it's like weird, because no other crossover I've seen with the Turtles had done this, where they had a crossover in the comics and toys, and yet they're still referencing that. But I mean, it's kind of cool. It does make me want to pick up those toys now just for the comics, but I don't like them that much. So yeah, and so basically for the little plot dump for this bit here, we do get to see that Turtles were like searching up on the Turtle, or like Baxter and Shredder and Krang, and went to Tisa, and that's when they realised that Shredder and Krang were like talking to Skeletor and trying to like do some trades for magic and mission. So Turtles do interrupt this, but when they do this, they get teleported to Eternia, and yeah, it's cool, I won't lie. And then that's how, and then like we do go into the next bit saying that He-Man is now missing, which is, oh god. But yeah, that's when to go into the last page, which is where they do actually reveal this part. And I'll just say that for the He-Man missing part, it's not looking good for this crossover. It's giving me a lot of vibes from the Netflix He-Man show, and well, we all know how that played out, so I can't see how this is going to be any better, so yikes. But yeah, and then basically for the last little bit on this page, we get to see them talking and saying that how they need to like set things up, because they're going to be going into a war with like technology and fantasy and this He-Man stuff, and yeah, and also one little thing which I did quite enjoy is that at the bottom, Orku, I believe that's how you say his name, the little wizard guy, he mentioned the sword of Grognod, and if you know the 2012 show, then you know that it was a He-Man reference, because like Grognod was a He-Man parody in that show. It's crazy and it's weird, but somehow it works. So yeah, And then that's when we cut over to the description for this bit, which is not sounding all too great. So for the description for this one, it is, by the power of grayskull, total power. Well, Tim and T come across Krang and Shredder making a deal with some otherworldly demon mage, and then Skeletor. Things got hella weird and ended up in Eternia. It turns out when you mix Ultra Mutagen with demon magic, you get nasty poison. And it's all Eternia to brink of chaos. So Leo, Raph, Donnie and Mikey are teaming up with the Masters of the Universe to kick some blue bony butt. But the problem is, He-Man is missing in action. Oh no. So, yeah, I mean, we already know where He-Man is if you've seen the descriptions for the other few issues for this miniseries. I won't talk about it yet, just in case you don't want spoilers, so yeah, but it's an interesting place where it's ended up. But I think this is the worst possible way you could have gone around telling the story of He-Man. Why are we taking him out of the action? He's the main character. So, yeah, it's just so weird and bizarre, but yeah. Okay, so for the covers, we do have 7 covers. Some of them are just ones without text and some with text, so yeah, there's not really too many to really go over. So for the first cover, which is done by Freddie Williams II. Now, Freddie Williams II is doing the artwork for this series, and it looks really great here. It just, I can't deny it. Even though I don't like He-Man, and I don't really know too much about him, this does look really cool and really fun to see the Turtles all dressed up in different, like, weapons and armor, and Mikey with his weird hair. It shouldn't work, but it does, and it does a really great job at that, and it just looks like a fun crossover, but I just wish I knew more about He-Man and even cared about him more. So, yeah. So then for cover B, which is surprisingly done by Stan Sakai, who does the artwork for Isagi Jimbo. And I think the only reason why this one is happening is just because this crossover is being made partly by Dark Horse. So I think that might be the reason why there. And his artwork, it's... I wish he would just stick to just drawing Isagi Jimbo. Leonardo's head and He-Man's head. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, moving on. So for cover C, which is done by Alex X Zinrit. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong. We do get to see Skeletor. He's flying around on a UFO thing, shooting the party wagon. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what to really say about that one. It's kind of cool, I guess. Then for cover 4 and 5, which is going to be which is exclusive to Collector Cave, and this one's done by Raymond Gay, and it's just Mikey and Skeletor. They're just standing outside of Skeletor's lair. I don't know what it's called. Castle, yeah. And Mikey has a microphone, which yeah, okay, that works. And then for the last 2 covers, one is with the text, one without the text, and this one's is done by Mike Groove, and it's going to be a exclusive to electrical comics, and it says Mikey riding, is it Battle Cat? One of those ones, which, yeah, somehow that shouldn't work, but it does, and it works all too well. I really like to see this kind of thing happen in actual comics. I don't think it will, but it would be so amazing if it did. I just even Raph or Donnie would be better riding Battle Cat. So yeah, I mean, overall for this comic, personally I'm not looking forward to it that much, just because it's He-Man. I don't really know too much about He-Man or care enough about He-Man, but it's Turtles, so I'll give it a shot. But it is weird how they are doing this crossover as more or less a sequel to the Toys crossover comics. It's stupid, but if it works, it works, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If it doesn't, please share. Let's just grab on stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.